Good, let's check out here Dagger Directive, new game. In the style of the classic shooters a la here Delta Force 1 and 2. Ooh man, und the mouse. Other hand, low sense is always good. Hardcore mode. Come on, let's go.
Welcome to Task Force Dagger, a multinational task force that can be deployed anywhere. This is our remote training facility. You're the only recruit today, so you'll have the island to yourself. We do all of our training here, but run our missions off of a ship, so we can travel anywhere in the world. Today, we'll run you through some basic training courses, movement, and then a weapons course. You'll be assigned to the Poseidon, one of our ships when you're finished here today. Below you can see the weapon range. We have targets from 10 meters out to 800 meters. Side is our obstacle course. That's where you'll head first. Head through the west gate to reach the obstacle course. Welcome to the obstacle course. Here we'll test you on some basic movement. Check the compass to see your next objective. Follow the arrows and start by moving through the fences. Crouch down and move to the other side of the pipes. Hit the dirt and start crawling under the barbed wire. Stand up, run across the boards. If you fall, take the stairs back to the start.
Really like the visuals. So quite a nice blend between classic and modern.
Welcome to the basic weapons range. Here you'll get a refresher on weapon handling and inventory management. Now make your way to the pistol range. An objective has been added to your compass. The first way to pick up an item is through your inventory. Now place the items in the proper pouches.
Not bad, yeah, good. So, yeah. Armor style. Allowing for nice complexity.
Make sure one magazine is in the pistol. Make sure one magazine is inventory management. You can also look at an item and pick it up. You now have a pistol in your sidearm holster and some magazines. Equip the pistol now. Fire off a few shots at the targets. You can reload slowly and retain magazines, or you can reload quickly and drop the magazine. I'll lower all the targets now. During the test, one or more targets will pop up for a moment. You'll need at least one magazine. There are more on the table, so grab them now if needed. Let's get started. Shoot the targets as they appear. One target. Good hits. One target. Bullseye. Two targets. Hit. Two targets. Targets down. Two targets. Bullseye. Three targets. Targets down. Three targets.
Oh, 1 second phone call. Be right back. Okay, let's go.
Bullseye. 2 targets. Targets down. Good work. Next, we'll move over to the rifle range. Make your way there now. A marker has been added to your compass. Pick up and equip the M4, ACOG, and magazines. Remember, you can either use the inventory menu or look at the object and interact with it to pick it up. Make sure the ACOG is attached to the M4 and the magazine is inserted. Rifles can either go in the primary or secondary weapon holders. Unholster the M4. Look through the scope now. You'll move slower when aiming through a scope. Notice the weapon sway? You can reduce the sway and recoil by firing from a crouched, or better still, a prone position. Change your stance now. The M4 has multiple fire modes. Try swapping between these modes now. We'll run through the rifle range. The targets will be from 10 meters to 300 meters. Make sure you have a couple of magazines. Take whatever stance you want and shoot the targets as they appear. 1 target. Shot hit. 1 target. Targets down. 1 target. Good hits. 2 targets. Good hits. 2 targets. Shot hit. 1 target. Miss. 2 targets.
Yeah, that is
Shot hit.
sometimes annoying.
2 targets.
When it is oversensitive. 2 times.
You need to dig deeper. 3 targets. Bullseye. 2 targets. Move faster next time. 2 targets. Shot hit. 3 targets. Shot hit. 3 targets. Hit. 3 targets. Hit. 3 targets. Targets down. Now for something larger. Move over to the light machine gun station. Pick up and equip the M249, ACOG, and ammo boxes. Unholster the M249. The M249 includes bipods which will stabilize your recoil and sway when placed near a flat surface, such as the sandbag wall, or when you're in a prone position.
I might skip that, I will pretty sure figured out. Let's continue to the game. It's a bit extensive.
Welcome to the Poseidon. This ship will act as your home base. Here you will choose missions and prepare your equipment. In front of you is the mission board. You can browse and select missions. You can even decide on the time of day you want to deploy. Select a mission now. We have our first mission. Now make your way to the armory to select your equipment. Last night, a Russian nuclear submarine ran aground on an island off the coast of Alaska. U.S. and Canadian naval forces have already moved toward the crash site. However, a nearby right-wing militia, the Peacekeepers, got there first. Our reconnaissance flights show that the militia is moving warheads off of the sub and taking them to a nearby island. So far, the militia members have moved 4 off the submarine. They must not be allowed to get the nukes back to the mainland. Your mission is to clear the island of the militia. The locals have already evacuated, so you're weapons free. You'll be inserted on the beach on the west side of the island. From there, you'll move to an abandoned farm near the center of the island. Clear it of hostile forces and search the buildings for the warheads. Cutting off communications is the next objective. There's a radio tower on a hill between the 2 villages. Secure it to ensure they don't get any warning messages. From there, move to the northern fishing village. There are multiple warehouses and docks that could contain the warheads. The militia presence is heavy. Again, clear the hostiles and search for the warheads. Finally, move to the exfiltration point just to the east of the village. The U.S. and Canadian forces will move in after you leave to clean up the warheads. Good luck. This is the armory. Feel free to take whatever you need from here. You only have the equipment you take with you or salvage once you leave, so plan carefully. Now head to the helicopter at the rear of the ship. Use the loadout board to equip my recommended loadout for the mission, create loadouts, or equip some of your saved loadouts. helicopter. Dropped on the west end of the island. Head east toward the abandoned farm.
Yeah, sure. About the two games of the TB2 and FPV and the U-boat I would like to check out, yeah. The Stalingrad game I already played, and it's already available on Matrix Store for 2 years. Lock and load Cold War. A new battle set. As I said, which games? FPV and U-boat. What is it for game? The a digital version of Indeed, the board game. Okay. Yeah, I mean, might be so interesting in multiplayer. It's definitely gimmicky. That's what I made for casual team play, co-op play. And that FPV game, which FPV game is that? Do I already know it? There's something about the, I don't know, it's about the performance and the visuals. Is there a filter running? A retro game also profits from really high frames, should be fast paced. I mean, it's a very beautiful engine. A homage here for games like Ghost Recon, yeah, Delta Force, whatever. But somehow it feels a bit. So what is that? Unreal? Wait, I have... move the camera, I don't know. And there's some sort of... grain? Film grain or something?
You've reached the abandoned farm. Clear the militia and search the buildings.
Littering. There's a film grain running, okay. No, but in the optics. What's that, man? Is that a suppressor? Interesting, is it? Ah shit, man, I'm on permadeath mode. Need to watch out here. Retreat. Yeah, suppressor is not always suppressor, yeah, that is, it can sound very different from weapon to weapon. Actually, if you take a 6 spear, man, that weapon is almost, you can't use it, man, it's the loudest weapon I've ever heard. The last few years, I've never heard something loud small arms like that, Tony. They need to mount a suppressor simply for safety. It will not make the weapon. I mean, there's weapons you can really suppress down, you know, MP5 SDs or whatever. That might sound indeed something like that. Yeah, M556. I usually don't use 556 with subsonics, I use them with supersonics. 556 subsonic doesn't exist basically. This is nonsense. That is not how a 556 suppress, no matter what suppressor you use. That is, I don't know what this. MP5 SC would be fine, yeah, okay. Never use the MP5 SD, at least not first hand. But that thing is damn super silent. It's also integrated, yeah. Weapon is designed around it, and the weapon cycling is designed around it. The problem is a suppressor weapon needs a cycle. Or depends, yeah, you can also do sidearm without. But that might lead to jams. Nobody's doing that. And the M24 is not suppressed.
Team 1 is down. Send in the second team. We must secure these nukes.
So that's it, man. That was my career. Yeah, okay. Is it early access? Might give it some time.
We lost one.
It was also now die to fast. Kind of quickly here. Should perhaps not play permadeath from the beginning. To get a bit at least more feel before dismissing. But definitely needs some more time and some. I don't know, the performance is a bit wonky. There's too much post-processing going on. Really makes it hard to target. Especially with a picture-in-picture. Yeah, Jimmy Miller Jr. then, yeah, the son has to avenge. Yeah, that was here the... No, that is wait, wasn't there Jenny Miller? Yeah. Jenny Miller, man, is looking who killed her father. Those right-wing here, straight out of Tom Clancy. Here, yeah, exactly, that book where they smuggle, what was it called? Sum of All Fears, man. That's also some rich right-wing Europeans, or international, man, smuggle a nuke into that stadium. Inside, I think it was a Nintendo 64. Damn it, man. And then somebody inserted Super Mario 64 and that thing blew up. But it fizzled, yeah, it fizzled. It was only 10 kilotons, yeah, so it was not that bad. Only killed 200,000 people.
Welcome to the Poseidon.
It fizzled.
This ship will act as your home base. We have our first mission. Here you will choose missions. Last night, a Russian nuclear submarine ran aground on an island off the coast of Alaska. You as mission board. U.S. and Canadian naval forces have already moved to browse and select missions. However, you can even decide on the time of day you want to deploy. The peacekeepers got there first. Select a mission. Flights show that the militia is moving warheads off of the sub. Now make your way to the armory to select your nearby island. So far, the militia members have
the G11 man. Solos. Aber das Delta Force aus. Oh, ja, ist doch, vielleicht ist er. Aber zwischen labert sich mal einer voll hier.
Locals have already evacuated, so your weapons free. Now head to the helicopter on the beach on the west side of the island. From there, you'll move to an abandoned farm near the center of the island. Clear it of hostile forces and search the buildings for the warheads. Cutting off communications is the next objective. There's a radio tower on a hill between the two villages. Secure it to ensure they don't get any warning messages. From there, move to the northern fishing village. There are multiple warehouses and docks that could contain the warheads. The militia presence is heavy. On the west end of the island. Head east toward the abandoned farm.
Oh, sure, why not? You cannot see it here, man. There's quite some lag going on. Boah. Ah, stabilized, okay. Yeah, there's some, I don't know, is it... Yeah, I think I see there's... there's definitely some noise filter or something running. The game looks, I mean, what at least I really love. It's really a love letter to the eyes if you return to classic games is that they are super sharp. Especially if you play them in modern resolutions. Yeah, some post-processing is fine. But here, no, the picture is very noisy, blurry. Especially in a game that relies also on good, and we talked about that, yeah. A monitor is not really good representing how your eye accommodation works in real. That's what makes it even more important that you get a nice, clean picture, or sharp. If you can't work with some workarounds like here, armor-free zoom to represent eye capabilities. But really noisy picture, really over-cluttered with post-processing. So why the heck is it so dark, man? Stalker style here. Ah, here I can see it here, there's some noise filter going on. Do I have to deactivate that? Yeah, there's definitely a noise filter going on even here. You can see it. What's going on now? Did I hit terrain or what? Oh, there was shadows. I don't see that much difference. I mean, the frame's okay. I guess it should be something like that, but... Take is eating so much performance. I don't even see that much difference. Yeah, okay, the bushes are gone, yeah, okay. Suddenly I see 3 dudes, man. 4 dudes, 5 dudes. So it's the grass density of what is eating. That's why they also had it turned down. There's here some sprite bushes, come on. Yeah, okay, no. Crazy what difference it makes. Or even if I want to play without grass, not for the visual fidelity, but because it looks better. Yeah, grass in video games, yeah, normally sure, great, but it's also a thing, how grass in video game versus reality. Oh, come on, stick with the survey setup. Boah, man, why is it so dark now? Yeah, but that is... I'm running on CPU by accident. I've played games on CPU, I mean on CPU. Integrated internal graphic cards. They're not even that. But I specifically made sure to run on the dedicated Battleship graphics card before I booted it up. Yeah, integrated are not that bad. Sometimes I don't even notice if I play retro games. But yeah, visually, I simply must say it's not that pleasant. I like the engine. I mean, the engine looks great, but some of the color grading, the post-processing, is something does not. This very super noisy, busy picture. This is so dark. Stalker. It's even darker than Stalker. I see shit here. I guess that's smoke grenade. Wow, firing the sniper, that is good. I like the... Actually, it's a bit too... I mean, a retro game should be also have some sort of... those visuals don't... And then something... Perhaps don't overclutter it with some draining post-processing. Yeah, the picture is very, very busy. It is not pleasant, man. It is really, boah, man, going on the eyes. I mean, a shooter. If you don't do a horror shooter, Silent Hill or something, please don't add a grain effect, man. It's not a tactical shooter. I don't know. At least it. Wait. I don't know. I can't tell, but it's so. Nobody's asking for that. People buy that because they want a retro experience and not because they want the Unreal 50 reshades of grey. Sir, how many reshade effects should we activate? All. Is that a dude? Oh, it's so hard to tell, man. Otherwise, atmospherics, yeah, I like that. But here, Ghost Recon style. Make those enemies talk less. I know there's also this modern game philosophy, man. Enemies have constantly yapping, so you know where they are. I mean, in the past, that's not even that true. In the beginning, they talk, but then I think they shut up, which would be fine. That they call for reinforcements, but when they go into combat or the enemy is close, then they don't do this. Watch out, he's behind the corner! Where is he? I can't see him! Where is he? I can't see him! Where is he? I can't see him! It's so annoying, man, because basically there's some... I love modern developers do that because, oh man, the player needs to be guided to the enemy. So he's not surprised. This is especially for tech shooters. Or rely on some more subtle stuff like gear noises. Gear is a big problem. Gear is loud, so I wonder why nobody's doing that. Footsteps in the nature also can be loud. That's what you see in those movies, man. Some dude in a 50k kit, yeah, in the middle of the woods, man, sneaking up on some dude. Yeah, good luck. That's why usually the last 5 meters, man, you blitz that dude. Nobody is sneaking up here, right in Joe Biden hair sniff range. Yeah? Oh yeah. Man, I want to snipe here. Also, it's always cool in Delta Force. I mean, voxel engine. That here is not a voxel, no. Delta Force was a voxel. Ghost Recon was regular. Nice. Oh, cool. They even engage from that distance. What? That dude hit me from there? Holy shit, man. Sniper. Yeah, I will check it out. Cool that they use smokes. Finally, sniper is fun. I like the sound. I wonder if it is really... Sounds quite... Is that... It's a sound... Is it a single sound file? Or is it really... We'll have to fire it indoors. The sound is cool. So almost ERX levels, but I wonder if it is simply a sound file that sounds like that, or if it is really incorporating the vicinity, the environment. Yeah, I mean, if they work it out a bit, it's just so cluttery dark. I mean, the foliage is even cool. Here, look at that, dude. If you would be not hopping like that, but if they would make the AI, that dude sneaks up, like, you know, what movie was that? I think that was also Tom Clancy movie adaptation where that sniper is moving up and is firing all 50 meters around into that gong. And dude's looking for him and can only find his Snickers trash litter. And I say, okay, come out, and dude is right in front of you in a ghillie suit, yeah. I mean, the engine could definitely handle that. What they do good is that NPCs blend in pretty good with the environment. That is what most games can't. In most games, NPCs look like super stand out. Here, they look very fading in with their camouflage. That is cool. Could really pull off here some AI stuff, like some dude sneaking up, giving you some surprise moments, man. There's those armor moments, but okay. Better than armor. So ultra dark, yeah. Maybe it's 4 AM, even if it would be winter time. It's open sky, yeah, okay, it's cloudy, but... Yeah, here in the optics you can see the grain is hard. I mean, the atmospherics are here like that fog and whatever, cool, yeah. Yeah, but cool that the enemies are not some... They're not some simpletons that simply charge you with guns blazing. Or that dude is sneaking up on me. Look at that, I mean, he's really blending in good, yeah? Could be, of course, also because of the darkness, but look at that. He looks like a bush now. If he's not moving... Ah, okay, he was behind a bush. Oh, nice. The AI has some interesting stuff here. I mean, the AI was, for example, in games like Ghost Recon is a complete joke, yeah? Delta Force, I guess, as well. AI, also in those classic tactical shooters, man, AI was often complete. I mean, sure, you have some dudes that hide in the corner, especially with mods, that is pretty good. That was a forced target. Sniping is funny, huh? Stirring up the hornet's nest and then... There's so many no good sniper games around. So always fun in Delta Force. Slap our optics on, or in Ghost Recon, get a sniper, sit somewhere and let them come. Yeah, look at that dude, he is somewhere behind here. He's not simply running up here. What? Look at that dude here! Yeah, exactly what we're talking about. Nice. Oh. Oh, kurwa! Scheiße. Fucking it. Oh man, the post-processing is so hardcore. I couldn't even make out that dude 50 meters in front. Here, okay, yeah, okay. No, it's fine, yeah. Yeah, but nice that guy tried to sneak up on me. That's pretty cool.
You've reached the abandoned farm. Clear the militia and search the buildings.
So like this impact point... Ah, okay, there was an armor. Yeah, armor did that. This specific cross here. 3D cross here. But that dude is okay, why not? I mean, he's good concealed, eh? Sitting somewhere in a bush. Nice. I mean, AI looks interesting. Did I record that from some resuppressor, but somehow... Sounds are also very important. Weapon sounds from every direction different, yeah? And you always hear a mix of different noisy components of a weapon. I sent in front or side of a weapon completely sounds different than from an operator's ears. It sounds like somebody was somewhere in a bathroom and some dude fired, I don't know, a low caliber sidearm with a suppressor. And some dude recorded with a smartphone. It sounds more like some ST5, man, some super, where the mechanics are, the weapon mechanics are almost more louder than the round. Suppressors for 5.56 supersonics are so common, man. You hear them everywhere. There's a tsh tsh. It's a very common sound nowadays. So we are not like Counter-Strike, man. That. Oh, wait, no, there's a generator. I was thinking a vehicle is coming. That's a dude. Definitely didn't got that guy. But yeah, I find a game. I mean, it depends of course on the condition, but we have, yeah, it is overcast, okay, but yeah, okay, the sun is going down, yeah. It's Well, I mean, I like it that you have some dudes that hide in the bushes. So if you sit in a bush in a good position, some dude runs up, you might not see him when he fires. Could be here, dude. You will not see him, man. Pretty sure I didn't got him. That's okay. But yeah, performance-wise, something has to be improved here. Yeah, okay, you can say it. I mean, but I mean, still, it doesn't matter the settings. The visual is not representing the performance drain, or something is wrong. It seems like some other sources have it. Then simply perhaps some post-processing or some stuff should be not added. Okay, way better. And perhaps a brightness slider, or contrast, whatever. Both. Yeah, about this, retracting the weapon, yeah, I talked about that, especially here, regular gas carbines, intermediate cartridge, they're easy to operate, you don't need to always be in, especially in CQC, do a retract but not a full, wait, something like that exactly, can you fire? Oh, perfect. Sure, especially suppressors can be problematic and has to be trained, that's indeed. That's why so many dudes like to roll SBRs, their short barrel rifles. So even a carbine can become a bit unwieldy.
There are no nukes here. Move to the radio tower.
Probably
There's a squad-sized element at the radio tower. Eliminate them and secure the tower.
Probably a 5.56 is not really a good round for VSBRs. You really need to go for something like a 300 blackout. It's popular nowadays. Or you pull off Steven Seagal, man, and run 7.62 in a VSBR. In an MP5, man. MP5 size barrel. With flamethrower muzzle. What the heck? Jimmy, I'm a giant? It's FOV, right? Yeah, okay. FOV 90, but that's not really that crazy. Yeah, usually for open world games you're even better with smaller FOVs. Because it will zoom in more. Every Red Orchestra player knows that, man. Red Orchestra players with minus 10 FOE. Yeah, 80 looks more natural. Why not being real? That is again monitor. Your eye is not a monitor. So otherwise you look like a giant. That is acceptable. So bigger than that dude, but okay. But yeah, bigger with in games with bigger distance usually, or many, not all, prefer smaller FOVs. So you see better what is in the farm. Do I have a grenade? Should I have passed the training? Manual, okay. That's your Ghost Recon, say? I think Delta Force was like that as well, right? Nice. Cool explosion, eh? Yeah, not bad. But I like the inventory system, yeah, very cool. Allows for a lot. What's for complex mission designs. Yeah, a lot of people, man, they worship Ghost Recon. Yeah, it's a great game, but Ghost Recon is a super consoleized tactical shooter with 1 or 2 inventory items. They made it sort of a downgrade from Ghost Recon for gamepads. Modders tried to fix it, never could it. To implement a real inventory system. Holy shit. Wait, what did I pick up here? That's a backpack. A backpack makes sense as ground. It would be a bit big. No, backpack is fine. Yeah, the subsystem, I mean, for single player is of course a bit hurting when it comes to the immersion, but yeah, I guess it's also made here for co-op. We miss a bit the tactical shooters that have at least starting with the first mission with some dudes already unloading some nukes. Yeah, okay. I hope you also find simply here some dudes in the woods going a bit crazy. Let's roll them up. Let's top them. Those maps are quite big, right? Oh. I don't know how many maps they have here, but that is, yeah, you can do a lot of missions there.
Secure the tower and search the buildings.
I don't know, everything is coming. Here IGI remaster, I also heard it's coming. I mean, IGI was somewhat, but it was not really a tactical shooter, more action. But yeah, it was also one of those games that had this rather big levels. But I think Delta Force was indeed one of the first that really pulled it off with that unique voxel engine. At least when it comes to military.
Buildings are clear and the tower is secured. They will no longer be able to get a warning out.
Tower is secure, Tony.
Nukes must be in the town to the east.
You sure,
Search
Tony?
the town.
I doubt that everything is secure here, man. I trusted you, man, friend. Shit is secure here, man.
Team 1 is down. Send in the second team.
Okay.
We must secure these nukes.
Yeah, it's definitely not unfun. Yeah, this definitely has something. I like us a slow movement, a lot of nice incrementals. But feels, yeah, a bit, at least from a single player perspective, a bit bare bone. And the visuals here, man. Oh, what is that? That's it. Let's go on here on the server browser. Oh yeah, Jimmy's playing. Yeah, I might give it some time with some patches, editors, workshop, whatever. I don't know what they're planning. But I mean, the engine is here. I guess that also those visuals, whatever, perhaps they can also be handled. Yeah, you see here there's some. I don't know, but it's like film grain. There was also, I know there's also other graphic techniques that cause this effect in modern engines. But it's indeed, for me at least, it is a bit hard on the eyes. Which I don't know from other games, like Arma, Ghost Recon, Delta Force, you name it. This game here, of course, was also a bit dark here. I'm not sitting now in a very dark room, but also neither in a super sunshine room. It was hard on the eyes. Everything in the distance was grainy, while those dudes, the AI makes a good impression. But you know, of course, need to spot them first. Otherwise, I might get an immediately a fix on you. I mean, you don't die fast in that game. I don't know what that for a health system is. Seems a bit like, what is that, Call of Duty style? Or is that real health? I don't know. Didn't pay attention. Yeah, we'll see. Good. I will now come back with something entirely different, but first I will check out my Discord. See you.